Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We are back to us. I'm Cody.
I'm Holly. This is Murphy.
And today we're reviewing the true story of John O'Leary of the movie Soul on Fire. It's based on his book, but it's a true story. It stars John Corbett, William H. Macy, and Joel Courtney. John Corbett, popular guy. He was in the... what movies? He was in Sex and the City, but he was also in the Greek movie. Greek Wedding?
My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
There you go.
Good movie.
William H. Macy's in it. He plays the famous Cardinals announcer Jack Buck. John, he loves the Cardinals. They're important to him, and he listens to the games on the radio, so he hears Jack a lot during this whole thing. And the whole point of the movie is John sees some kids playing with fire. He sees them having fun. He sees them pouring gasoline on stuff and lighting it, and he's like, oh, that's really cool. Hey, can I play with you guys? And they're like, get away, nerd. And he's like, okay, fine, I'll just go home and play with my own fire. So he goes to the garage, sees Dad's gasoline, runs to the kitchen, grabs some matches, runs back to the garage, starts lighting stuff on fire.
This isn't like a spoiler or anything. This is a true story. You could literally like look it up online, and a lot of this is also seen in the trailer also.
Right. This doesn't ruin anything.
No.
And so the fire gets out of hand, and he burns a lot of his house down, and a lot of him catches on fire. And so he burns like 99% of his body.
Or 100. I think they said 100%.
Well, this part of it isn't burned.
No, and that's due to. I don't. I probably should leave that to.
Nah, you'll figure it out.
You'll figure that out. I shouldn't say anything.
And so the whole point is like his recovery and how he becomes who he is. And so I took notes throughout the film. And William H. Macy is such a good actor.
I think he's probably one of the best actors out there. I mean, he could play literally any role. He's so good.
Yeah, I mean, if you've seen him in Speechless, and then you see him in this, you're like, how is that the same guy?
Yeah.
Joel Courtney, he was in Super 8. He was in The Kissing Booth on on Netflix. He was in Kissing Booth 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
He was in the Jesus Revolution that came out recently.
He looks like he's going more towards like the Christian-oriented films.
Yeah, I wouldn't call this I mean, it might be, but I wouldn't call it a Christian film. But everyone's Christian in it. It's got a lot of Christian themes to it.
Yeah.
It's a very inspiring, uplifting film. Going through my notes here. Already went through most of it. So the movie starts in 2008, and he's working construction, and a woman walks up to him and says, "Hey," he's an adult at this time, and says, "Hey, I heard about your story. Will you come talk to my Girl Scouts about it?" And he's like, I don't do well with talking. And she's like, well, you know, your story's inspirational. Will you come talk? And so that's the movie. Him telling them about his past. And so you go back in time and you learn about it.
And it goes back into 1987 when it originally, everything happened to him.
So that's seeing the boys play with the fire, him burning himself and all that stuff. And so I've noticed that fires in movies, in the cheaper movies, have become more CGI and like more CGI obvious. This one's no exception. The CGI fire was very cheap looking, but the burned skin was very gross. It was very realistic looking.
Very realistic. I was very impressed with that.
There's another scene later. I don't know if you noticed it. That's very CGI in it. I mean, the fire, most people probably wouldn't even notice it unless you're looking for it. I noticed the CGI fire. I've had to use it before in editing. But there's a scene that I don't want to give it away, but it is, do you know what I'm talking about?
No. What are you talking about?
It's Dad's vehicle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
And-
that was very CGI'd as well.
Yeah, so that doesn't give anything away. You're not like, oh, way to give a spoiler. It doesn't give anything away. And it was very CGI. It was like, it was just like, it looks like the keyframes were just off, and it was like, oh, you just editing just to prove that? Okay, cool.
I kind of feel like this film was like, I know that their budget was probably really low.
$3 million, and it only made 2.8 on opening weekend.
Yeah, and they didn't really do really good with like letting people know that this movie was going to be in theaters at all. Like I didn't even know until we checked like what movies were out like tonight.
Our kids were going to a movie, and we were like, hey, let's just find a movie. Oh, this one starts around the same time. Never heard of it. Let's go see it.
So when we went to see it, I just kind of felt like this movie was like a little like all over the place with like the timeline.
Oh my gosh.
And what was going on. I even looked over at Cody and I was like, where are we right now in this timeline? Like, where are we? So it's a good movie, but I just kind of felt like it was a little rushed.
Yeah.
So
yes. I think a lot of the movie went to the soundtrack. They've got Journey, John Fogerty, Third Day. I mean, these are big names.
Yeah, really good music.
If you ever heard of Third Day, they're huge in Christian music. So when I heard Journey, I was like, well, found out where their music or where their budget went. They cut CGI, they cut
and
marketing,
also with the actors
went to
themselves,
Journey.
the actors.
I mean, I don't know how much William H. Macy is, but he got paid. The acting,
yeah, the acting was
child actors, not so great. And the kid who played the young John, worst child actor in the whole movie, I thought. He was terrible.
He was okay. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I just kind of felt it was rushed. Didn't know it was happening. Didn't know it was even out there. But it was a good story to be told.
Yeah. So to talk about the story, obviously he's burned all over his body. He's in this tiny room. He's got to go through recovery. And like it just starts off with he's in incredible pain. He's got bandages everywhere, and he's got to change those bandages every day. And just to see this poor kid, I think he's 9 years old, and he's got to change these bandages and get into like this tub. And I don't know if that's to soften the bandages. I don't know what the reason for it. There was a lot of stuff not explained. I guess they thought, oh, you're smart enough, you should know. I had no idea why.
And the nurse he had was a very inspirational nurse. I was very impressed with him.
No, was that a nurse or a doctor?
It was a nurse.
He's the only one because everybody else was like, he's dead. Everyone else was like, he's got a 0% chance, maybe a 1%. And this guy was like, I'm not giving up on him. This is a true guy. You see the photo of him at the end. And he was the only one that didn't give up on him. He was burned so badly that his trachea was damaged, and he had to talk in clicks. So like they would point to an alphabet, and he would go, and it would go, okay, A, P, P. You know, he would spell out words, and that's how he would communicate to his family and to other people. So like it starts out in 2008 with him doing construction. And then it goes all the way back to 1987 when he's 9 years old. And then it goes back to like 98. And then it's all, the timeline is all over the place. It goes all the way up to where he writes the book. And then beyond that, it's
it's just very confusing for the watchers.
He's very insecure about his body.
Mm-hmm.
He has to have this. None of this ruins anything. You can see in the trailer when he's at the bar and people are like, "Who's that?" He's like, "Oh, that's John O'Leary." He's missing fingers, so as a kid, he has to have his fingers amputated due to infection. And his parents, you can see how they suffer through it, and he suffers through it. He's wondering if they'll grow back.
But eventually, like, you find out that we all know that he, like, writes a book, and he's, like, an inspirational, like, speaker and stuff. And I kind of felt like from the ashes, he became, like, this phoenix, which was very, like, symbolic and stuff. So, which is, it's like I said, it's a very good story. But just very confusing with the timeline for the viewers and very rushed.
Yeah. I was pretty entertained throughout the film. I wouldn't ever say at any point was I like, ooh, what's happening next? I wasn't ever bored. But like I said, I was very confused.
Yep, me too.
There was people of all ages in the theater.
Yeah.
There was one scene, a little racy scene. I won't give a detail as to what it is, so you don't get any details. But you definitely wouldn't have seen it on a child show. Wouldn't have been on Disney or Nickelodeon. But you might see it on basic cable. But it would definitely make it uncomfortable. It's only like 30 seconds long, but it would definitely make it uncomfortable in front of kids or parents. So if you want to skip that scene, may want to go to the bathroom or something. But I think it's maybe time for the recommendation.
So my recommendation would definitely be to...
Oh, if you know what our recommendation
so recommendation, if you haven't been here yet, would be...
Go on.
So our recommendations, like we don't do a rating, like we don't do the 1-star, 5-star. We do either see it in theater, wait to rent it at home, or stream it on one of your services. So for our recommendation today, we would definitely recommend to stream it on one of your services.
Yeah, I would wait.
Because like we said, it is just a very, in our opinion, low budget film, very confusing.
I mean, low budget films can be good.
Yes, definitely. But for this one, it is definitely worth watching because it is a very inspirational film, but it is just kind of a little confusing with that timeline and stuff. It has very good music, very, very good actors, but we definitely recommend just to wait to stream it on one of your streaming services for sure.
Yep.
So other than that, anything else to add?
No, that's good. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for coming and viewing our channel. We are back to us.
Yeah. I'm Cody.
I'm Holly, and Murphy is somewhere back here.
Have a good one.
You too.
You too?
Yeah.
Did you say to me?
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Bye.